Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Odtn use case team call. Thanks for joining. As usual, the call is recorded and will be public, shared on YouTube. So please be mindful of whatever comments you make and whatever subject you share during the call that might be sensitive for your company. So first up is Giuseppe from Politecnico of Bari. That is going to present us a demo of the two updated and created new basically drivers for the southbound to expose all the devices within a TAPI controller. If you guys remember, at the moment we have a driver for TAPI which is working very well, but it is exposing the open line system as a big switch with no visibility within itself, meaning that we don't know how many amplifiers, how many other type of devices there are in there, and we don't know the topology of them. It's not exposed to ONOS. ONOS just knows the in and out ports of the last hop. So what Giuseppe is doing with the Intento project is exposing those elements, but I'll let him take over the presentation rights and show us a demo of what the work that he is doing with the project. So Giuseppe, if you can, please share your screen and go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Okay, you should be able to see my screen now. Please confirm.
Thanks.
Okay. While I start the ONOS system, I will explain you better the scenario. We have a multi-layered architecture where in the bottom part we have nodes, optical nodes that host services. In the upper layer we have level 1 controllers that communicate with the nodes, with the optical nodes through RESTconf, and expose that they're not bound at a TAPI interface. As a second layer of controllers, we plan to use ONOS, and that's why I'm building a driver that basically collects the information from the underlying controllers and transfers these the information on topology and services which are running in the underlying systems on for upper level of orchestrator. The orchestrator in the top level should give instructions to ONOS for setting constraints and driving the traffic in the underlying networks. So what this driver I'm writing basically only collects information on the topology and sets the existing node in the ONOS topology. In another console, I just run the controller container. And here I can log in, yes. I can activate the ONOS driver. It should be running now, yes. I send the configuration file, which is a local controller that is running. It works on the 8443, on the port 8443. And it basically has this context with just the topology section filled with data, and the other data is currently empty. So let's send the topology to the system, and we should be able to see the first device, which is the controller. Sorry. Available and connected. When I can only set in the controller some dummy nodes and build a ring with a simple script. This script just creates for dummy nodes in the level 1 controller, and it connects them in a ring. So once it's done, ONOS starts to recognize the context that the new context that now is filled with data on nodes and the links that are controlled by the other level of controllers. And sets also the ports, taking data from the node edge points. In the meanwhile, in the graphic user interface, the topology is taking form and is starting to create the ring. As a future steps, I will refine the model of the single nodes that will have different details, different deeper level of detail, and I will send this data on the upper level where an orchestrator will drive where the application and services will run. And then I will send the constraints to the underlying level to drive the traffic. And that's it. If anyone has some question or everything is clear.
Just a quick question, Giuseppe. Do you also see the links between the devices?
Yes, I see the links. They are now connected as a ring, as I said. So we have 4 devices set in the controller, but each device is actually represented by 2 levels, 2 layers inside. So we will see only one level, one layer connected in a ring. I will obviously go in deeper to divide these 2 kind of nodes into layers in the ONOS representation. And also I will define clouds and subnets, because we will have a number of controllers, not only one.
Sounds good. Thanks. That's awesome. That's really good. So in the future, you plan to extend this with things like the available services and capabilities of the different the controller, expose like the available wavelengths across the line system.
Yeah, as we will check some different use cases. One of them can be managing the power consumption. So, for example, if there is a number of services running in the network, we can check the overflow of single links and shut them down, or wake up some new links and nodes and redirect the traffic to reduce the power consumption in the optical nodes, or I don't know, other similar logics to increment the performance or reduce the consumptions.
Sounds good. That's great. And all of this code is the one upstream within the two patches in Gerrit, right?
Yes, I actually updated the patch because there were a lot of code style errors, and but now the Jenkins fails to build for another reason that I cannot understand yet. I will check better.
Sounds good. Thanks. That's great. Does anybody have any questions or comments for Giuseppe while he's done this great presentation and everybody's is on the call? It's the right time.
Hi, here is Luciano from Brazil, and I have a question about the version. For example, this patch works just with version 2.5 of ONOS or 2.4 also?
Which only tested the 2.4, but obviously before deploying, we will check other version. We will set up rigorous tests and make stuff as they need. It's only a simple demo, a simple proof of concept for the moment.
So just as a comment, I think that one of the things that we can do, this being a simple driver, is that if you're interested, Luciano, to test it with an older version, you can just cherry pick the patch on that version, build it and try it out. It shouldn't be that difficult. Actually, all the changes are within the driver subsystem. And I don't believe the REST interface has changed that much since we have moved from like 2.4 to 2.5. I would say that it's probably backwards compatible to at least 2.2. Again, needs to be tested, but it's most likely gonna work.
Okay, it's interesting. Okay.
So I would like to ask everybody to take a look at the patches that Giuseppe has put forward. I have done a small set of reviews. I'll do again another pass. I have to do it. Just set a reminder for myself to do another pass on these patches. But please do provide some reviews so we can merge them in this release of ONOS. Okay. And if you have any questions, I believe you can find Giuseppe on Slack, and he's always very helpful on replying to any questions I have on the patches or on the demo. So that's great. Does anybody have any other questions or thoughts about this? Okay, then if not, let's move to the next item on the agenda. Thanks, Giuseppe. Do you mind if I take back control of the presentation?
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so next up, I see Alessio on the call, so I think there is time for a brief update on the drivers work that he's doing, both along the ADVA side and port metrics presentation that was done some time ago before the summer. So Alessio, can you give us an update on that?
So Andrea, can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly fine.
Okay. So yes, so in the Metro project, we are going on with our final demonstration phase, where we are testing the using this ADVA driver for their transponder that is essentially based on the OpenConfig driver that we previously merged into the ONOS distribution maybe 1 year ago, about 1 year ago. And so we have tested in the demonstration, and the plan is I still have to so the ADVA has still to provide a final confirmation, but the original plan was to share the final version of the driver on the Gerrit and so propose it for the merging. This will be probably happen in few weeks, I guess. Then also we mentioned last week, no, Andrea, the possibility to say develop, propose an interface for modeling the internal connectivity of the ROADM, essential of the and transponders. This is still in my plan, and I'm going to work on it in the next days, trying to submit to you and to the Gerrit a first version of the interface that should essentially provide the list of connectivity that are possible between two ports of an optical device, because we know that there are many constraints inside an optical device, so the connectivity is not from all port to all ports. And I know also that you mentioned that there are some other people interested in this work. I don't know if they are in the call today.
Not that I know of, but
okay.
Yeah, no, Michael is not on the call. Just to ping on what Alessio was doing, there's a few people from the team at Huber Schuner, Polatis, that is interested in doing this work.
Yeah, so the plan with Andrea was for me to propose a first version of the interface and a first as a first step the interface, and then the integration on the interface in the optical intent computation, so that in a second phase maybe person that are developing the devices can concentrate more on the developing of the drivers for modeling the proper internal connectivity of their device. And this is the point for me on my side.
Okay, it's pretty good. Any questions for Alessio? Just as a reminder, this will be a patch upcoming in the next few days. I'll take a review as I did for the ones from Giuseppe and in the past. But I'd like people from the call to take a look at this because it's going to be a proposed interface, and I would like for everybody to collaborate on it. It's not going to be a very complicated interface. At least what we expect it to be is something along the lines of a mapping between a connect point and a set of connect points, something like along the lines of get mapping connect point that returns a set of connect point, which is this set of connect point is the ports that are allowed to be that are connected within the box to the given connect point, and this could be unidirectional, bidirectional. This has to be defined, I think, to you from you by Alessio, because this could be
yes. We have to, you know, while developing, we have to check also this kind of details and understand if the constraint can be specific per direction. We should model also this part.
Yeah, I think there must be like a way to distinguish if you're planning to use the information as a reverse information, meaning I need to go out to this port, where can I come in, or I need to go to the outside world, where can I go out from this port? So it has to be bidirectional. You have to understand, distinguish between direction. Yep. Okay. Any other comments for Giuseppe while we're here? Yes, sorry, for Alessio while we're here. No? Then thanks for that, Alessio. Thanks for the update. Look forward to the patch. I'll comment on it as soon as we have it.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. So next up, there is an update on the Odtn emulators. There is a guy named Eric who's working on making sure that things go well with the current master of the ONOS and the current master of the Odtn emulators. There's some work that has been done. Unfortunately, with the latest master, there's a problem that I know the current stuff doesn't really work. So I would suggest going for 2.4 for now. In any case, if you're using Odtn, use 2.4 for now, which was released some time back, or even 2.5, not the current master, because I need to check some bugs that Eric reported to me. Of an application activated, and we have pruned some code from the master, so it might be that we have screwed up something in code pruning, and it might be that we have to either put something back or that we have to adjust the application and see what needs to be done. So I'll take a look at that, but it seems that with 2.2 and 2.4, the emulators do actually work. So I'll work with Eric to extend it to include the modulation config capability. So Luciano, you should be able to test the modulation capability also with the current emulators. it's most likely because the endpoint was not set up properly and the driver was different. So I think that we'll try and work that out and provide the right set of steps to test with the modulation with the emulators of Odtn. I'll work with Eric around that. So if you have any questions, please do reach out to me or on Slack or on the mailing list. Any questions while we're here on that? Okay, then if not, last point on the agenda, it's the ROADM-based emulators and commands that Roberto is working on. I don't see him on the call, so I think we're not going to get a major update. I know he has done some work within the scale issues that we were talking about last time. And it seems that there are some issues within some discovery of the port and the device details within the driver. And I need to dig more into, we need to dig more into this to find out exactly what's going on in the terms of basically issues to have a large number. When I say large number, I mean like in the realm of 250 ROADMs within ONOS. I know it's not a terribly big network, but it's not even a small network. So I think it's a pretty good number that Roberto is testing with. There are some things that he found out. I need to follow up with him and suggest a few things to make sure that we meet the scale. It's most likely due to the ports within the ROADM discovery within his driver. So I'll make sure that this gets handled properly and it doesn't, because the issue is that the devices are getting stuck and the ports are never discovered. So we need to find more about this. There are some timeouts that get hit and things like that. So that needs to be debugged, but it's on the right path, and there's a back and forth between myself, Roberto, and Ramon around this. So it's pretty good. Okay, that was the last topic I had for the agenda for today, but I'd like to open it up for questions and comments to the people on the call. If you guys have anything to ask, just feel free.
Hi, Andrea. This is Hui from Nokia.
Hey, Hui. Nice to see you here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would like to ask a question regarding the last point. Do you know which data model that the ROADM or emulator is based on?
Yeah, what Roberto is testing with, it's an Open ROADM 2.2 compliant driver.
Okay, so it's Open ROADM.
Yeah, it is. It is Open ROADM. It's and it's an update of the existing Open ROADM driver. You can actually see it on Gerrit. He might not have the latest version on Gerrit, but there is a patch that he's working on. Here, which includes a bunch of changes within this Open ROADM device description class that uses different elements and device degrees and things like that. And service packs, if I'm not mistaken,
I see.
here and there. But this is the circuit pack name, and there it is. So this is how he's discovering the ports within ONOS, and it's Open ROADM 2.2 compliant, and it's been tested within Tim fairly extensively. He's working on that, and this is actually to bring it up to date.
All right. And he will map this all of the information of this emulator to the ONOS internal topology, right?
Yes, the device information will be mapped to the internal topology, but it's not just going to be an emulator, because whatever OpenROADM compliant driver will work with that driver because of the compatibility between the models. So if you bring in an OpenROADM compliant device, plug it in, it should be that your device, if it's supported by the model and everything like that, obviously I cannot put my 100% confidence that it's going to work right out of the box. We might need some debugging, understanding, but if your device is compliant with OpenROADM, it should work. As always, it's testing. I always say
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it might be a very simple one. So I'll also, this is also something that I have to coordinate with Roberto to see what the state of the patch is. And either we merge this one and he opens a new one, and so I'll do that in the next few days in order to make sure that at least the bulk of the code is in there, even if it's even if there is that issue within the patch that might bring problems to 250 ROADMs. Maybe it's okay to merge the existing one and then submit a fix for the scale that we're looking at.
All right. Okay, thanks.
Any other questions on this? I actually have a question regarding that just came up into my mind regarding the first point, maybe to Giuseppe, while we're here. Giuseppe, have you tested this with a physical line system that supports TAPI? Now, Giuseppe, if you're speaking, you're muted. Maybe not. Okay. Okay. Maybe Giuseppe cannot hear me anymore. I guess I don't know. Well, I'll check back with him on that, and I'll forward the answer to everybody. I was interested in that.
Yeah, just one more question, Andrea.
Yes.
Yeah, I was late at the beginning, so just to be clear, so the ONOS will be in this case, his demo is about two level of control. So the ONOS will have like can be considered as the parent controller, and then there is an OLS controller which exposes all of the all of its equipments based on TAPI topology, right?
Yes, precisely. And there is a demo at the start of the video, so I'll publish the video so you can take a look at it as soon as the video is published, but it's precisely how you described it.
All right, and in this case, yes. Hi.
Sorry, I had some issues with the headset.
No problem.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, just all right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So in this case, the device here is based on OpenConfig or OpenROADM device, or
no, the devices are actually TAPI, meaning that the devices are discovered through TAPI. How the line system, the middle element, the line system controller manages those devices, I think it's internal to whatever the system is, whatever the line system is. So it can be ADVA proprietary models, it can be a Nokia proprietary model, it can be really whatever within the system itself. ONOS will just see TAPI, but through TAPI we'll expose all the topology elements and not just the end ports and one device, I guess.
I see. But and in this in this case, are you working on just the topology, or you're also exposed the, I would say, the optical parameters to the parent controller?
So for now, the topology is what Giuseppe is working on, but as we discussed before, there will be extensions exposing things like optical circuit capabilities and
Right, yeah.
lengths and power tuning settings. That might be.
Okay.
That will be in the future.
Ah, okay, 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 clear. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks. So Giuseppe, I was asking, is it has this been tested on the physical hardware at all, or is it just the emulator that you showed us before?
Not yet. Actually, we don't have physical hardware. We have another container which simulates nodes, and so everything is virtual like right now.
Okay. Do you have any plans to test it on physical hardware?
Whether there is the possibility to use the hardware, the actual hardware, yes, why not? But currently, I think we are fine with the simulator. Because as you know, the hardware is proprietary and not easy to obtain.
Okay. Yeah, but your expectation is that anybody who implements a TAPI interface should be capable of using this driver, right?
Of course, yes. So I don't exclude that any other open hardware would be useful to test the system.
Just a question, is this, what version of TAPI is this that you're using?
2.1. No, sorry. 2.1.
2.1.3, I believe, is the latest one, right? Over there that has
no, it's not the latest one. It should be 2.1.0.
Okay.
I will edit the document in case I'm saying something wrong.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah, just one more question. Sorry. So when ONOS asked the controller, the proprietary controller, it will map the TAPI topology provided from the proprietary controller into ONOS topology. And if there is on the northbound of ONOS, if I request TAPI topology, it will then convert this ONOS topology into TAPI again, as far as I understand, right?
Yes, we can. We still have to define what kind of protocol to use for the northbound communication, because at northbound we need to interface an orchestrator of the services. But yes, our intention is using TAPI to keep everything generalized and as general as possible.
All right. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. That's great. It's great information. So anybody has any other questions, comments, or thoughts about this? No? Okay, then if not, I would like to thank everybody for joining this call for today, and thanks especially to Giuseppe for the great presentation and demo that he did at the beginning of the call. So I would encourage everybody who has missed it to go take a look, and please do review the patches. I'll be eager to wait for the great work from Alessio that I know he's gonna update for the driver and the port mapping stuff. So thanks for that. And I'll keep everybody posted on the emulators. Please do review Roberto's patch for OpenRodom. That's also much appreciated. I'll publish the recording as soon as possible. Thanks, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Andrea. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.